What's up, everybody? Tim Ryushima, aka Static Boards, as usual. Uh, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into going into Blender. We're going to make a quick little box sledge, whatever. Maybe a ramp and a little rail, real quick. I'm gonna show you the three ways. I already showed you the ramp and the box. But I'm going to... No, we'll just do the normal rail like I showed you before. We'll do one of those. And we're going to set up the grinds on them. And then I'm going to show you how to take your creation from Blender, how to save it, and how to take it and export it over to Unity. And then I'm going to go ahead, and that's going to be part one of this video. And part two is going to be setting up the colliders in Unity, exporting your map, testing it. So it's going to be a two-part section here. This first video is going to probably be quicker than the next video because we've already ran through a little bit of Blender, which we're going to start by opening up Blender, opening up brand new page, getting rid of everything there, usual. If you don't know this by now, I recommend going back, watching some older videos, catching up on hotkeys, stuff like that. The hotkeys, I believe, are only posted in the second video. Those are the main ones we use most of the time. There's other ones that I honestly had to learn by Googling. I mean, there's a lot of hotkeys, so that's up to you how far you want to take that. I don't know them all. I just know ones that I use a lot for Excel. So, as usual, we're going to import our skater. So we have our model. And don't mind my drives and everything. Go off where you put your stuff. My stuff's in crazy places. I've gone through 3 computers while doing this and moved files and just a lot of crazy random stuff. But we're going to bring our skater in, move him out of the way. Shift A. We're going to bring in a plane. You know what? I just realized. Let me turn on the keystrokes. There we go. There we go. Yeah, let me get my keystrokes on. So, alright. So, let me delete this. Alright. Shift A. We're going to go ahead and do plane. I like to make sure you guys can see what's going on in case you are still newer. You know, I do want you to see the keystrokes at least. Alright, go ahead and S scale it. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit S again and hit Y. And let's go ahead and scale it out like that. And then hit GY and kind of move it so your skater's right there. Alright. So we'll just make a little box ledge. So shift right click to move the origin around. Shift right click on your plane. Shift A. You want to bring in a cube. Now remember, we got to come up here. See, I always forget to do it right away until I go to use it. So I'm not going to tell you to do it when you set up your thing right away because you'll go to do something and you'll be like, man, I wish I could. Oh, yeah, I can. So that's when you'll be like, I want to snap it. So you got to come up here next to you, remember, and turn this on vertex. I'm going to drill this into your head every time. Vertex, vertex. So turn that to vertex. Now, G, Z, go up. G, Z, hold control, snap down to the corner. Boom. Now you're even with it. We're going to go ahead and face. I know we did this before. That's why I'm running through it a little faster, but I'm still going to run through it. Bring all the way down to the bottom. G, Z, 0.6. That's a good height. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm going to click this. I'm going to hit G. I'm going to hit X. I'm going to bring that in because I just want to make a little box here. Over here. You should know how to move objects by now. If not, head on back because you're a little ahead of yourself if you're already ready to export but you don't know how to move an object. You should learn. You don't have to learn full-blown modeling. I know a lot of you want to learn the process to learn to get your game testing. So like if you make this box, you can load in the game right now and you could skate this box and you want to know that. and you'll worry about everything else later on, because that's how I was. So I definitely understand that, which is why I'm putting these out as fast as I can. But so we'll just do a short little box like that. Over here, Shift A. Now here's another thing. I mean, Shift right click, sorry. Shift right click to move the world origin. Here's another thing. If you have this origin selected still, if I Shift A and I bring in another cube, these are connected because I had this selected. So what you need to get in the habit of doing is when you have something like that, clicking off, like in here in Oblivion, you click off and you'll see nothing selected. Then you can bring in whatever you want to bring in, and it'll be separate for sure. But we're going to bring in a plane. We're going to do R for rotate, Y and 90 for 90 degrees. We're going to do S, Y, drag it out, like that. We'll do S, X, lower it down. Okay, we're going to go G, X, bring it up, G, X, snap it down. Now what I like to do is bring it down, hit G, Z, bring it down to give us that playroom. And now we're going to change this into edge mode. Click the top edge, hit G, Z, hit a corner of the floor, click it, G, Z, 0.6, bring it back up. Like that. You're going to click the bottom edge, you're going to hit delete. You're going to click this vertex here. This is kind of like how we made the kink rail. I haven't showed you these rails like this. I guess I'm showing you right now. But this is another way to make a rail. You can use a plane instead of using cylinders like I showed you before. So once you have it right here, you're going to go ahead and click... let me make sure. Right. No, okay. So when you have it in here and you're ready to go, you're going to hit Control A. You're going to go all transforms. You got to make sure you're in object mode when you do all transforms. So tab goes between edit and object mode. You're going to make sure you're in object mode when you do the all transform. So Control A, all transforms. After that, hit tab, go back into edit mode. You're going to click this vertex and this vertex, and you're going to hold Control Shift B. And then you're going to do that bevel again. The reason for that bevel is if you let the rail be like this, when you make it, this point here is going to be like a bended circle and it's going to look broken. So you have to go, like this, and you have to give it the round. I mean, you can go like that to really not care about the roundness, but I mean, you have to do the roundness. It's just something that has to happen. So now you did that. You want to tab and go back into object mode. Then you want to go here to object, convert, curve from mesh text. Come back over here to the right bottom, object data properties. You want to go to geometry, and you want to go down here to bevel and depth resolution. So depth, we're going to do the 0.04, and we're going to do 8 for the resolution. We're going to right click the rail, hit shade smooth. We're going to go to object. We're going to go to convert. We're going to go to mesh from curve. You're going to come over to the right and click normals on the object data property tab. And then you're going to click auto smooth. And there's your rail. It's your nice little P rail there. I'm going to go ahead and just move it a little bit, because I want to be able to hit the ledge. I kind of feel like this ledge needs to be a little longer, just for demonstration purposes. Like I said, you should know how to move objects by now at least. Okay. I like how it's looking, but now we want to give ourselves a little quarter pipe over here, right? So we're going to go ahead, click this edge on the floor, go into edit mode, click the edge, hit G, Y. We're going to bring it up to like there. I'm going to tell you right now, I have made hundreds of things where I go to skate it and the distance between stuff is off. That is something you learn over time, something you eyeball, something you just get good at. XL, it's everybody has different stats, so you pretty much have to test your park and play it your way and post it your way. And if people play the same way you do, they'll enjoy it. Some might not. It's just the way it is. I mean, there's so many stats now and all that, so it's kind of hard. But all right, shift right click over here to get our world origin over here. Shift A. We're gonna do a plane. Now, I don't think I've showed you quarter pipes yet. I've done it in another video, but I haven't showed you. So now we're gonna go over a quick quarter pipe. Really quickly. So go ahead and S and X, bring it out like that. Okay. I want to bring it kind of like that. Leave some nice room over there. So now I want to go into edit mode. Click edge. Click the back edge. You want to hit E for extrude, Z, and type in 2. Okay. So to double check what you just did, you can come up here to this little arrow and see how high you put Z. Okay. Z is going to be your height on that. 2 is a quarter pipe. 1.4 to 1.5-ish, 6-ish is a mini ramp quarter pipe. In betweens are all just, pipes. It all just depends. If you go to 2.5, you better have speed to get up it. If you go any bigger, it's unrealistic. If you go any smaller, it's not. So, you'll have to play around with that. You have to work with it. I like using 1.4, 1.5s because they're like mini-ish. So sometimes I really don't even go off anything. I kind of just customly size it the way I want it. So you'll have this L. Now what you're going to do is click this corner edge, and you're going to hit Control B. And you're just going to pull it out a little bit like this. Now, I like to do 4. You can scroll up and do as many as you want. The less faces, the better, but obviously you have to add some curvage to it. I like doing 4. I'll show you why in a minute. Click. There you go. Now, the things you don't see are there's an edge here and an edge here. The edge down here is not going to affect anything. The edge up here will. So what you do is you click the edge up top. You don't see the second one, but it's fine. You hit G and Y. Move it out of place. Hit face select. Click this face that you see, this little face hanging over here. Delete that, and now you got rid of that top issue. The other thing is some people like their quarter pipes, like that, so they can air straight up and come down. I like to have them more like, more outward. So you just kind of take the line or the edges of the quarters and move them out using G and Y. But I kind of like to have it a little more outward because if you jump early, like right here, you can air, or you can air over it, or you can air on top and grind the coping that we're going to make, So I like to kind of have it like that a little bit. But once you have it how you like it, go ahead and let me get it. There we go. Go ahead on this top edge, click it, and hit E for extrude, Z. You're going to bring it down. You're going to hold Control while you click this front edge. It's going to snap it because you have your vertice snap on. Then you're going to, while this edge is still selected, hold Shift and click this edge. So both of these will be selected. Then you're going to hit F for face. Then you're going to hold the Alt key and click this line right here, or this line on the bottom, or one of these in between here. Okay, you're going to click it, and it's hold Alt and click it, and it's going to highlight all of it, and then hit F, and you're going to make a face. Same thing over here. You're going to hold Alt, you're going to click it, you're going to hit F, make a face. Then we're going to come to the back side, change it to face. You're going to click the face, you're going to hit E, and you're gonna, oh, I'm sorry, I messed that up. You're gonna hit E, and you're gonna just bring it out. Maybe there. Okay. Now, if you want to make cement, you can leave it like this and just grind it, put a grind spline here. I'm going to go ahead and put a coping on it. So here's my method for doing a coping. I shift right click on top of the quarter pipe, so my origin's there. And then I shift A, and I bring in a mesh and a cylinder. So I go to dimensions right here. Remember, there's this little arrow here. If you don't have this menu open, it'll open this item menu. You want to go to dimensions and go X is 0.06, Y is 0.06, and don't touch the last one. Z, leave it at 2. So now you have a rail. Now you want to do, while the rail's selected, R, Y, and 90. Sorry, when I don't say anything and it's moving around, it's because sometimes I have to push R and X to see if it's that way or if it's Y, because I don't remember which way I'm facing. So I don't tell you what it is until I do it. But in this case, it's RY90. And then you're going to go ahead and hit G, hold Control, and click the quarter of your quarter pipe. Now, this is kind of preference, but the way I like mine is I like it inset a little bit. So what I do is I go G, Z, and I hold Shift to move it slowly. And I like to bring it down to right about the middle of it. And then I go G, Y, hold Shift, and I bring it out just a hair. And I don't want it to hang. I want it more out. GY, like that. So I want you to hit it if you hit it, but I also want you to be able to ride up on top of it, So that's how I like it. Then I'll hit Tab, so I'm in edit mode. Make sure you're on face select. Click this little face, hit G, X, and then bring it out a little bit so it goes past it, so you don't have a clipping texture there. Come on the other side, click that face, hit GX, hold Control, and click this face down here. This corner, I'm sorry. Then hit GX, hold Shift, and just move it out a little bit past it. And that's it. Now you're going to hit right click, shade, smooth. Come over here to your geometry tab and auto smooth. Same thing with the quarter pipe. You're going to click it, right click it, hit shade smooth. Come over down here to auto smooth, click it. Come to your rail, make sure you have that already done. Shade smooth if you don't, and then auto smooth right here. Same thing with this box, which I do want to make a little fatter. So we're going to go SX, make it a little fatter, GX, move it over. Alright, we're going to go ahead and shade smooth this, and then auto smooth. Same thing with the floor. Everything. Let's go ahead and hit everything. This skater, what a lot of people do is they just kind of grab him, throw him under their mat. He's gone. They don't see him when you skate, stuff like that. Some people put him up on a shrine. Some people do all types of stuff to him. Me, for the sake of tutorial, he's going to just hang out right here, to be honest with you. He's just going to kind of watch everybody skate that comes to check it out. So, yeah, so this is going to be our little test map. Now let me show you how to do the grinds. Now you should, if you have followed the series, put the SXL, oh my god, I can't say that, SXL Blender add-on file into your Blender when we did the Blender setup, the very first video. If you have that, you should have this Skater XL tab right here that's on your, there's a little arrow here. Let me see if I can, I don't know how to make it hide now. That's crazy. Alright, anyways, there should be a little arrow right here if you don't have these four here. You click that, you get these four. Skater XL. Now this is easy. Okay, you're going to click the edge that you want grindable. So like on this box, for instance, we want this side and this side to be grindable. So click the box, hit tab to go into edit mode. Oh, I'm sorry. Click edge select and click one edge, just one by itself. You're going to come up here, and for your audio cue, you're going to change this to concrete because this is concrete, and you're going to hit generate spline points. So what that did was it just generated a spline point from one end to the other. So when we go to Unity, it's already going to have the grind set up ready to go. Now we're going to click this edge. We already have it set up in concrete. Same thing. Boom. That's done. Got the grinds done for that. I don't worry about these. If you want to, you can set those up. Good luck. It's just a lot of work for no reason, honestly. I mean, you can if you really want to get techie with it, but a lot of people don't. So now click the rail tab. Thing with the rail is this. If you click any of these on the curve or going down, your skater will, instead of just being able to hit the rail when he gets here, instead of riding straight off or riding off the rail, what he'll do is he'll come around and he'll get stuck. Like he'll ride this downward and you'll slam off the rail into the ground. Because like he'll disconnect here or here or something or here instead of right here. So what the trick is, all you do is click this top middle line. So the reason we did the 10 resolutions when we made the rail was so that, or 8, I mean, and you can do 10, 12 to do the evens like that, is because now you have that middle line right there for the grind spline. And you're just going to go ahead and go to metal over here, and you're going to hit generate spline points. And there you go. That's that. So now your rail's done. And now the last one is your coping, which is probably the easiest, to be honest with you. Since the coping tag isn't working right now, unless you have DreamTech, this is the way to do the coping for me, at least. Just like the rail, you're going to click the cylinder, click the top line. It's not going to have any other things. It's just going to be the top line, middle line. Come over here, metal, generates both. Boom. That's done. So now you're pretty much done. The last thing I always do is I go up here. Well, this is solid mode. If you wanted to add some textures right now, you could. You could put it in render mode and add a few things. This is what it's going to look like when we skate it, just white. But right now, yeah, we're just going to show you how to get it all the way through. I'm going to do a whole mini series on texturing because there's a lot you can do with texturing, and I want to make sure to jam that into its own thing. So you'll just have to wait on the texturing. But let me show you. I will show you in Unity how to slap on something real quick just on these few things so we have something to look at while we skate these. But what I always do is come up here to this arrow while you're in solid mode. Click this, turn on your backface culling, and check. So backface culling is going to expose any of your faces that aren't facing outward. So for instance, this right here, if you see when I do this backface culling, this disappears. So in game, that's going to be invisible. That's going to be invisible. And that's it. So all I have to do is click this, hit tab to go into edit mode, face select, and click these two faces that are missing and hit shift N, which I did cover this in another video about recalculate the faces. And that's it. No, I checked. The rails are always fine. It's usually just ramps in the boxes. Boxes are fine too. So everything's good to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. We're going to go to File. We're going to go to Save As. We're going to call this Tutorial Series Park. You can name yours whatever you want and put it wherever you want. Save it there. And then we're going to go ahead and do File, Export, and you want to do an FBX, okay? And now you want to export the FBX to the park. So now we got that done. So now we have the FBX. The blend is just for the blender. And now we're going to hop into Unity. Hopefully you've already followed the Unity video because this is after that. But the Unity video should be set up. You should have your thing set up. We're going to go ahead and open that. Don't worry about what I have popping up. It's just because I haven't updated. It'll open fine. For you guys at least. For me, I got to deal with this till I update. I just haven't had time. I've been too busy doing all the videos, tutorials, getting ready. So as long as it still works, I'm good. Okay, so now we have our scene, just like before. And this is all of our, our main camera, our directional light, fog, post-processing, spawn point. We all went over this before. Hopefully you save this and you have this still. I mean, you didn't have to save the scene, but you had, you had the series we opened and you followed it. If not, you need to go back and watch that video. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open, or we have our park right here. So we're going to come down here. This is like your files that you have for your park pretty much. This is all the stuff that you have for this project that you're working on. So what we're going to do is in this first folder, which is assets, here's all your assets. You're going to right click and you're going to go to create and folder. And you're going to make a folder and you're going to call it models. Okay, now you're going to go in your model folder and we're going to make another folder and we're going to call it textures. Okay, now next to that texture folder, we're going to take our park that we made, the FBX file we exported from Blender, and we're going to drag it right into here. Next to the texture one in the models folder. So now we have our park in the models folder. So now what we can do is we can click the park and we can drag it out into the scene. So now we have our park in the scene. Now if you go to position up here, like everything I said before, 0, 0, 0 for Unity. We always want to center everything first. With the park, you want a 0, 0, 0 and then set. What I do is do the park 0, 0, 0. Then do your spawn 0, 0, 0, your spawn point that we created earlier, and then you can just drag the spawn point back a little and up a little, and there you go, it's for your spawn. So you got your spawn, you got your rail, your ledge, that. Okay. Now, this isn't, I don't know. Texturing's an iffy subject for me because I see the way people do it, and I don't like it. And I do it my way, and my way is with Substance Painter now, but the way I make the assets you see in my Discord that are really nice. But this is the technical way of texturing stuff. But for instance, let's go ahead and jump on Google real quick, and let's go ahead and type in concrete seamless texture, okay? So I want to go ahead and just grab any one of them. A seamless one. No, I see watermarks on that. You don't want watermarks, obviously. Okay, we'll just try that one out. So all you got to do is go to textures, drag it in there. Boom. So in theory, I think you can just drag it out, right? Yeah, so you can just drag it right out, and there you pretty much have a texture on there. You can mess with the scaling. I do a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know. I really don't texture too much in Unity. I do most of my texturing on the objects themselves. So this is a little old for me, old school, but whatever. So I'm just trying to grab some stuff to throw onto the basic ramps. So we're just looking at pictures. So for the floor, I just typed a concrete. Doesn't really matter how it looks. Just put seamless texture and you should get something good. But we're going to do a black metal for the rails. So just go ahead, find a black metal. Oh my gosh. Like a black metal texture and just drag it over. Put that in your texture folder. And then you could just click stuff that's that you want to turn that color and just drag, the black onto it. Yeah, so like now we get a black rail. I mean, like this rail here. Make it black. Boom. Alright, we'll just do that. That works. Rail, yeah, there. That works. And then the quarter pipe. Yeah, we'll just make the quarter pipe something. I don't know. Let's make the quarter pipe wood. Seamless is just supposed to be like a texture that can run itself over and over and over kind of thing. Yeah, we'll just use this. Whoa. But we're just using like whatever, pretty much, just throwing it on stuff. There we go. See, it doesn't even look good. It's kind of messed up. I don't know how to use Unity and its damn texturing. I don't think it's meant for texturing really, but whatever. So yeah, we just threw some stuff on there just for the hell of it. Now we're gonna get into actually putting our grinds on, and exporting the map and testing it out. So hopefully, I don't know, what's this video at right now? 31 minutes. This is going to be an hour-long video. Awesome. Okay, so we're going in, boys. We're going in on this. We're going to get this done. All right. Come up here to your park. This is your park. Well, I'm sorry. Before we dig into the park, click directional light right underneath that. Your directional light, you should have it from before. That's your sun. Doesn't matter where you put it. I mean, it won't affect anything. But we're going to go ahead and head, once you click it on the right inspector, we're going to head down here to intensity. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to change this to 5,000. No, you know what? We're going to change it to 2,000. Jesus, why is it so... 4,000. There we go. And then we're going to click, make sure directional light's clicked, and then we're going to hit E on our keyboard. I'm just going to bring up this little circle thing, and I'm just going to move it. You'll see there's shadows on the box and on that. I don't want those, so I'm just going to move it a little and eliminate those shadows so the sun's like coming from straight up in the air. And then that's it. To fix your cursor thing, you're just gonna click off and hit Q. Yeah. Okay, so that should be better now. Now it's skatable. But we're gonna go ahead and go to our park now. We're gonna open up this tab and we're gonna see our park. So like the first cube in our park is our ledge here. So if you open this up, you're going to see there's the grind splines we created. Now, the one that has this tab is going to be the grind points. You don't need to mess with any of that. You're just going to see these two and go to the one that has the drop down. Okay? You're going to click that, and you're going to go to... just before we do this, one smart thing to note is if I would have named this ledge or box... it would make my life easier. So the fact that I left it cube when I have 50 cubes is going to get confusing. So just if you take the time to do the little things like write the names on Blender of the actual files, it'll save you a lot in the end. But this is a small map, so no worries. But we're going to click this one with the drop down that's underneath the cube. It's in the cube, this one. We're going to go to add component over here, and we're going to type in grind, and we're going to go to grind spline. Now we're going to get a little script for the grind spline. You got to tell it what it is, what type it is, metal or concrete. I'm going to use concrete. Even though there's an issue with tags with concrete, I don't know, whatever. I'm using concrete. Is round. It's not round. It's not a rail, so we're not going to click that. Now we're going to come back over here. You can minimize the drop down on the cube. We're going to click the cube, and we're going to go to Add Component, and we're going to hit Grind Surface. After we hit Grind Surface, you're going to type in a width and a depth. This one, I don't know. I do all types of stuff with this, but 0.08, 0.06 seems to be a nice spot. Now, this is a little tricky. Sometimes it gets messed up, but just watch what you're doing. Hit is edge, because it should be the edge. Hit generate collider. Okay, so this happened to work out perfect. Cool. So as you see, it did put a collider here to grind that. It did not put one here. That's actually an easy thing to fix, because all you would have to do is click your cube, go down and click each collider. It shows you each collider. Click the middle one, and you can just duplicate it and drag it down to this other side. Me personally, I delete it. I want to hit my box like a box, like this, long way. I don't skate this part. I'll jump up in manual. The other thing is, if you have colliders here, when you grind this part, if you grind all the way to the edge, you'll hit the collider and he'll try to grind around and he'll like mess up every time. And it looks like a bug or a glitch. So it's best to just do straight colliders. So now we have that done. Now on the cube, you can change the surface of the cube to whatever it is. So in our case, we're just going to have concrete because it's a rock. You can go into the one that you changed, the drop-down menu, grind spline, and you can come over here to the tag and put grind concrete on that tag. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the coping. So that's the next one in line. Whew, almost there. It goes a lot faster when you do it yourself and you get used to it. So now you got your cylinder for your coping here. We're going to do the drop down. We're going to go to this one right here, which is the drop down for the grind points. We're going to click that, the grind spline, grind metal. We're going to go add component and do the spline again. This time we're going to change it to metal, and we're going to click is round. Okay, now it changes here. If you watch when I unclick it and click, it adds the round to it. So you want to make sure if it's round, you click round. Because now when we go back here to the cylinder, click cylinder, and you go to add component and you go to grind surface, it's going to give you a different script. You're not going to have the two. You're not going to have the width and the depth. You're going to have this now, the radius. So in our case, our rails are 0.04, I believe. Let me check that. No, our coping at least is not. Our coping is 0.03. So you can sit here on the side and you can test stuff. So like if you go 0.08, you hit generate. Obviously that's not the rail. You want this to match the rail. So you can sit here and you can go, wait, no, my rail's 0.0. Like it should be whatever you put it in Blender. I thought we did the coping 0.0. Oh no. So the coping we did 0.06 on the dimension. So half of that's 0.03. So it is 0.03 for the coping. But that's perfect right there. But you can visually tell if it's exactly on or not. If it's too big for the rail or if it's exactly formed to it. But yeah, 0.3 is ours for the rail. For the coping, I'm sorry. And then you're going to go back into this part right here. And you're going to change that to grind metal, the tag. And then you're going to come to the cylinder. And you can change that to grind metal also. Then we have the plane, which is our floor. And the floor, we're just going to go ahead and leave it as is and put a tag up here of surface concrete for now. Then over here for plane 1, that's going to be our rail. We're going to go ahead and do the drop down menu. Click this plane with this drop down menu with the grind points in it. This plane right here, click it, come over here to add component, do the grind spline, do metal, it's round. You're going to come back over here, you're going to close that, you're going to click plane. You're going to go ahead and go to add component at grind surface now. This is 0.04. You're going to go ahead and generate. Do I have Discord up? What is going on? Oh. Okay, you're going to go ahead and generate 0.04, and there's your collider for your rail. You're going to change this to grind metal. You're going to click down to the metal round. You're going to change that to grind metal. You're going to collapse that. Now you're going to go to this plane, which is the ramp. For this, we're just going to do a tag, and we're going to do auto pump and revert. That's what I like to do on it. You could just do auto revert, but I like auto pump. It gives you that little speed boost. Now, the other thing is everything has grinds. Everything's ready to go. But you need to, if you leave this like this and skate your park, you're going to phase right through everything. You're just going to go right through it, and it's not going to do anything. So what you need to do is you need to click your first object down to your last one. We're not going to click the skater, obviously, but click the first object, the cube, hold shift, come down to plane 2, click it, so you highlight all these. Come over to the right side here, click add component, and you're going to type in mesh, and you're going to do mesh collider. And you just added a mesh collider. You can click each one and make sure you added a mesh collider to it, along with the grinds and all that. So now you have a mesh collider on each of these. So basically a mesh collider made them solid objects. So now when you skate and you hit them, you won't go through them. You'll actually interact with them. So now that that's all done, we'll double check, make sure our camera's set to editor only. We have the tutorial series park done. We got the directional light good. The sky and fog we haven't really touched on, but I can actually run through it real quick because it's not too bad. So we'll do that really fast. We'll go up here and we'll go to Asset Store, and it's going to open up another little tab next to your scene. In the Asset Store, you could type in Skybox. And then you can come over here and click Free Asset. Now, there's a bunch of these. They're all really good. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to grab this fantasy one. You can look through them. You can download them. There's files in there, how to use them, how to set them up. I'll show you how to use this fantasy one. It's just a small one. It's simple and easy. It's going to ask you if you want to import the Unity package. Yes. Let it import. We're just going to give it a little ambience to skating. And then we're going to go test the park out, and I'm going to show you how to export it to SXL. So this video turned out a little longer, about an hour long, but I think this will be the video to set a lot of people to where they need to be at, and then now I can focus on doing the texturing and modeling stuff to help everybody out with that. But now that you imported it and it's done, you're going to come back up here and click scene again to bring you back to your scene. Okay. You're going to come down over here and you're going to look through and find the fantasy skybox that we just grabbed. You're going to click materials, classic, and now here's all the different skies that are there in this box, or pack I should say. You're going to click the sky and fog volume up here in your scene. And on the right side here, you're going to see something that says HDR Sky, and it's going to say Default HDR Sky. You're going to go ahead and pick one of these and drag the little symbol thing into there, and it'll change the sky in your scene and the atmosphere for you. So that'll give you a little ambience. Just a skate 2 right now. They're interchange. I mean, you can literally just drop new ones in there. You could do a night scene if you want to just check out night. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, go ahead and do that. And then if you want, you can go to the directional light and again mess with this intensity and bring it down or up. You know what I mean? Something like that. Bring it down a little, stuff like that. So mess with that. Now, when you're done with that, we're going to come up here and go to File. We're going to Save As. We're going to click this folder. It says Scenes. And we're going to save it in here. Call this tutorial. I don't know why my thing's beeping at me. Tutorial. Oh, there we go. It's because I had cap lock on. Tutorial series park sample. Okay. But I'm going to put a 1 in front of it because I want it to show up right away on my Skater XL maps. So, and then we're going to go ahead and save it. Then we're going to come up here to SXL and we're going to hit Quick Map Export. Hit that and let it do its thing for a minute. Now, when I go to my documents and my Skater XL and my maps and I scroll down, you'll see there's a file. Yes, I have a lot of maps. You'll see there's a file that says, maybe not. Maybe there isn't a file. Maybe I lied. Where is it? It says it's there. I don't understand. Hold on. Should be. Maybe I went in too early to the folder. What did it save it as? Tutorials? Oh, 111. Duh. Totally looking in the wrong spot. There we go. I forgot I put all the ones on it. Oh, wow. Brain fart. So, yeah, there's your, it'll make your park. You have your folder right there, or your file right there for your park. I got it in with a bunch of other stuff. And then we'll go ahead and go to XL. Get rid of these stupid textures. We'll go over to XL. And we'll check it out. We'll see how the grinds work. We'll check it out. Sometimes grinds need adjusting. Sometimes they just don't work on objects. I can't explain everything to the fullest because I don't quite understand what's going on with the programming. But some stuff just acts crazy sometimes. But yet again, there's tons of methods to do everything, and I don't know them all, so I'm hoping we get more people in here that do know other ways to do stuff. All right. My God, there's so many mods and maps and gear. My game just wants to die every time I try to play it. It's like, why do you do this abuse? I still just force it. Oh, why am I... Oh, I was testing out shirts. Got some new static merch, you know what I'm saying? Gotta test it out and stuff sometimes. I gotta get the shirt on for, you know, to go skate the park, guys. Gotta have it on. Where's my... Oh, I didn't put them in yet. Okay. Alright, let's go check it out. Oh, look, right on top. And there's our map. Oh, see, the concrete tags work. I don't know. Okay, it works perfect for me. I don't know why sometimes you'll get metal. No, it's working perfect now. I don't know. Rail works perfect. Quarter pipe's a little janky. Guess it was a bad tutorial on the quarter pipe, guys. I guess the angles were janky. Let's see. No, you can hit it. Like, you can still hit it. I don't know. But yeah, this dude's chilling. If you fall off, you just fall off, you know. And that's pretty much map making in a nutshell. I mean, that's start to finish. We're going to go ahead and get way more in depth with stuff. You know, texturing's a big one. Texturing's hard, and there's like a lot of ways to do it. I'm going to teach you my way and get you results like what you see in my asset drop channel. So just definitely stay tuned. Like I said before, I do this for fun, guys. I really don't mind helping anybody out. I just ask that everybody bear with me on time frames. Sometimes I got work, I got other stuff going on, plus I'm trying to handle all this. So if I don't get back to you right away, just know I will. I'll see your message. I will deal with or handle whatever you need or are asking. So, but yeah, this was how to get it to in game. If you have an issue with anything, Bill's Tools, anything like that, just let me know, and I'll get it figured out for you. We have a preset that's going to be going up in the Discord from Guy, which is one of our admins slash homies from the Facebook group and everything. And he is going to be adding that preset, and it basically fills in the Unity tags for you so you don't have to fill them in like I did. I showed you the way to do it. His little add-on thing that he got from somebody will give you the way to do it automatically, but still remember my video, because if that thing ever breaks, you know how to manually do it, you know? I like to go in depth and really explain everything, so that's what I'll make sure we do. In every video, I'll try to explain as much as I can or remember to, so. But yeah, guys, till the next video, enjoy, skate your little park up, make some new stuff, make a new park, and skate on, man. Don't let this game die. It's too good to die. It honestly, I mean, yeah, the creators are not doing a good thing right now or helping out anybody, but this game's too fun, and I don't want it to die, so don't let it die, guys. Let's keep it going.